What is your environment? Why does the environment have the biggest impact on you? Because your environment, it literally shapes who you are. It forges who you will become. It's almost predictable on where you will go and how influential that could be on you as a person and the things you can learn. And you can either go down the right path or the wrong path, or you might just be in the middle, which is also could be a negative because it could go either way. So, what is an environment, right? Your environment could be your friends, your phone, your family, your social media, the music you listen to, the books you read, the conversations you have. Those are those are teaching you something in some way, each of those things. And they can be good and they can be bad. That's why it's very important to understand and segment certain people to a degree in which you position yourself to use certain people. I'm not saying use people like you're using them, but use them to your strengths in the correct way. So if you have a family member or like a friend who's really good at like the gym, go to the gym with them. Or if you have like a friend or a coworker who's really interesting and could teach you a lot about business, or um, if you have a one friend who's really good at humor and knows how to get girls, or understands the psychology of communication, for example, hang out with him more. You'll start adapting his ideology. Whoever you are the sum of the five people you surround yourself with. And if you don't have five quality people that you can surround yourself with, which a lot of people don't, then stay by yourself and work on yourself until you find those people. Carl Jung once said, if you do your work consciously and you're really focused on it, unknown friends will come and find you. What he meant by that is just by raising your value, you will attract those type of people who vibrate the same energy as you. Okay? And your brain copies whatever is around you. You know, if you're around people who are always negative, they're always complaining, you might start complaining all the time. Or if you're around people who are fit, you might adopt and you might start becoming fit and you might be into the gym. So, those are all factors. Nowadays, we live in the attention market. So, the biggest factor into your environment is your phone. Your phone has Instagram, your phone has TikTok, YouTube. They are shaping what you believe, what you admire, and what you spend your time thinking about. Even if you're watching a video or listening to a song subconsciously, your mind is like a recorder. So it doesn't know right or wrong. It will just copy. It's like a sponge. It's like a mirror. It will just reflect on whatever is being responded to. So you're not just watching content. You're not just um, binge watching. You're living inside a karmatic kind of tie. Everything is tied to karma in that way. And if it's good, it might benefit you. If it's bad, it could also be harmful towards you. So you gotta be very careful, especially with music, on what you listen to, because it can shape on who you will be. It could even shape how your day will go that day. If you're listening to like very low frequency music, for example, if you listen to like a sad music, and I know it's addicting to listen to. I love sad music because I love the piano. But that could put you in a low mindset, and then you'll go to work and you'll be like, "What the fuck? Why am I feeling this way?" So just be aware of that. So position yourself where your environment is a bonus to you, and a lot of people don't have that option. I'm not saying move out to a different city, move out to because the city does affect who you could become. If you're in if for example, if you're in New York and around a lot of corporate areas, there's money to be made there. But let's say you're in Wyoming. Is there much money to be made there compared to New York? So that does affect you financially for sure. But I'm not saying change cities. If you have the capability, do it. Do your research and see what city could benefit you and what niche you are in. But you could start as small, just, segmenting a certain list, being your friends, your room, if you have a clean room, that can also affect you. A gym nearby, and maybe some type of educational. It could be audiobook, it could be a real book, or it could be a podcast. That's better than someone eating, junk food all day, doom scrolling, and has very low quality friends around him. So, what would be the easier path, Just be conscious about that. And the question isn't whether or not your environment is changing you. It already is. It already is. The real question is, did you choose your environment or did it choose you? That's the question, okay? And I want you guys to choose your environment consciously and make it so it benefits you long term, because your environment is programming you. It is programming what you think, how you think, and why you think that way. So make sure you're on the right path. Be conscious about all these decisions. You don't become who you want, you become who you surround yourself with. If you're around people who are always making money, somehow, some way, there's no way you're not going to make some type of money, maybe even a quarter, if that. But if you're around guys or anyone or family or specific people or watching specific content that may not propel you in the right direction, subconsciously, conscious and consciously, you're going to be on a lower state. So be aware of that, my friends, and make the right choice. Just be conscious. Be as conscious as possible. This video is about, yes, why your environment is a big factor, but a lot of it is because people are not conscious. They're not aware that it's affecting them. If you're aware that it's affecting you, then you can make the better decision and segment and correct your environment to set yourself up for success and to position yourself where you're at an advantage instead of disadvantage. So you don't have to, crawl your way back by yourself. Instead, you have the environment helping you as well. Kind of like a home field advantage. If you're playing home field and the crowd is cheering you and there's a bunch of positivity and you know the turf, you know the grass, you know every corner of the field, the bonus, you could do the same to your environment in the real world. And by doing that, you could adjust it with what I mentioned before: friends, food, phone, distractions, everything. So make your environment a home field advantage instead of a disadvantage.